right, so we are so happy that you're here in Hungary. Did you get the chance to look around and explore a bit?
I did not.
You did not?
I did not. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to look around too much. We're in between opening up for Pink right now, so we kind of had to fly in here last minute, and we have to leave at like 3 o'clock in the morning to go to the airport. But I was in the airport in Budapest, and that was really cool, and we got to drive here, so we got to see a little bit of the view.
Bit of the country.
Yeah, and it was beautiful, and I definitely want to come back here again.
All right, so you released your latest single, Internet Baby, just a couple of weeks ago. Well, first of all, congratulations on it. I love the song.
Thank you.
Can you tell me a bit about the background of it? Like, what inspired it, and what is the message that you're trying to get across with it?
I really love irony. Sarcasm is a really big part of my sense of humor. And I think our generation grew up on the internet, and I think it's just really funny to kind of poke fun of ourselves. And I saw a lot of the phrase of like brain rotting and like seeing that on TikTok, and I just thought it was funny to kind of like take on that personality. And I think it's kind of fun. Can I curse? I don't know.
Yeah,
okay.
sure.
I think
You
it's
can.
fun. I think it's fun to not give a shit and just kind of be able to like make fun of yourself. And being somebody that has been on the internet and has gotten attention in any type of way, in the way that people can like make fun of somebody, I just thought it was fun to kind of take that character on and be a little internet baby shamelessly.
All right, and in the song you sing, you wish you were born in the 80s. Do you have a favorite 80s trend?
Ooh, I think I feel like I honestly mix up the 80s and the 90s. I'm gonna say like bright like neon colors and like huge like shoulder pads. Yeah, but I honestly don't wish I was born in the 80s. I think it was just making fun of people that are like, I was born in the wrong generation, because it's like, no, you weren't.
All right, so your song ABCDEF is basically the definition of a global smash hit. So I'm curious, after you released that song, did you feel any extra pressure when you were making the songs that followed it, and do you now?
I think for me, I very purposely just tried to not recreate that song. I didn't think it would be inspiring or helpful to. I think that song had its moment, and I think trying not to like recreate it in the same way. I used to say before the song when I was a little kid, I was like, I want to have a song so big that people are sick of hearing it. And then that happened a little bit, and I was like, I take it back. No. And there comes a point where it just gets out of your control, and the song is going to be the song. And so I definitely was kind of purposely trying to not have things be over-consumed a little bit, and I was trying to like take a step back with my music to kind of not necessarily be pushing things. When it comes to I've never put out an album before, and I definitely put a lot of pressure on myself. I think it's a really positive thing to know my potential. When I was sitting there being like a little kid in my bedroom being like, I'm gonna get a song with millions of streams, I had no idea what I was doing, and it was super cocky to think that. But now I know my potential, so it's a little intimidating to necessarily like try and do that again. But I also don't want to do that in the exact same way. I think it's really beautiful that you don't have to recreate things. And so I do have a little bit of pressure, but it's also mainly from myself, because I'd be happy to if I never do something like that again, I'm still happy. And at the end of the day, it really matters about the people who show up. For me, it matters to the people that I get to meet and show up at my shows. So as long as I get to play live music and meet people, that's really a win in my book.
All right, so besides that song, which song of yours would you show to a person that doesn't know you yet?
I would say I have a song called Kiddie Pool. It's kind of a slower song. I wrote it when I was 15. Actually about the same person I wrote ABC about. So I think it's hilarious to have a love song about them and then just telling their whole entire family to fuck off. So I would say that, or my song Snow Angels, or Internet Baby, I would say.
All right, so you have toured with some of the biggest names in the industry, like My Chemical Romance, Pink, Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
So basically all legends who have been in the industry for forever. So did any of these artists give you any advice that you found like really helpful?
I think the overall message that I've kind of got from all of these people is to kind of block out the noise, and just really stick with the things you like. Even I was lucky enough to also meet Dave Grohl, and he just told me, like, as long as you keep going out, meeting people and singing and writing songs and just doing the best that you possibly can, that is always going to be a recipe that will lead to your success. And that's kind of a consistent message that I've gotten for anybody I've opened up for, and I've been really lucky to talk to them in any way. I've been so lucky.
All right, and speaking of touring, do you have any pre-show rituals that you always do before every concert of yours?
My band, well, one, I drink tea just to kind of like help my voice. When you're touring a lot, you have to kind of like take care of your voice. My bandmates and I have a little handshake. It's pretty ridiculous, but we whisper and we start by saying like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we say it 4 times, and we just end up getting as loud as we possibly can. We just scream fuck as loud as we possibly can. Very mature. I know. Very mature. Yeah.
All right, and what's one thing that you just can't leave at home when you're traveling on tour?
That's a good question. I feel like anything I bring, I leave somewhere in some hotel room. I leave hairbrushes, toothbrushes, toothpaste. I have once lost 3 pairs of the left shoe. Like
just the left
shoe. It's the most frustrating thing in the world. I leave like bracelets and necklaces, clothes and hoodies. Like I feel like anything I bring and care about, I just lose. But I would say, this is so generic or basic, but probably my makeup. I really love like black eyeliner. I'm gonna die with black liner on, I swear to God. So yeah, that is what I can not bring on tour.
So you have many accomplishments, billions of streams, touring with the biggest artists in the game, headlining festivals. What I'm curious about is what does success mean to you personally? Like, how would you define it for yourself?
I would say my goal is to have like stability in my life while I've been able to do things. When it's you and you're the one doing it, it doesn't feel real. And I think I've been really lucky to have any type of success early in my career, but I still don't know what my career life is going to look like in 5 years. And I feel like when there's a point where I can feel like stable with having a career and putting out music and being able to tour, I think that's when I'll feel like I'm successful. I think that's what success means to me, is like having stability and being able to feel like I'll still be in music in 5 years,
All right, and what's next for you? Like, what can we expect to see from you in the near future?
Putting out an album. I've never put out an album before.
Is it coming like this year, or?
I think next year. Early next year. I think I've been trying to avoid not putting out albums. This year's been such a huge year in music. I mean, Taylor Swift with her re-releases, and then putting out a new album, Beyonce, I think Paramore, Billie. Like, there's just been incredible albums that have come out, and I've been trying not to like overlap with such huge artists. Even Olivia Rodrigo put out an album. Everybody has like put out an album. It's been amazing. It's such a great time in music. Dua Lipa. But at this point, I don't think I can like avoid it for much longer. But every year I've been like, I'm gonna put out an album. Everyone is like, huge artists. I'm like, I'm putting out an album. I'm like, okay, maybe I won't. I'm very much a perfectionist, and again, like, there's a little bit of pressure I've put on myself with wanting to make like the best album in the world. So my goal is to put something out next year. And I've never headlined in Europe or the UK before, or in South America, or I just did a show for the first time in Tokyo, but haven't toured much in Asia, in Australia. So I'd love to try and do some festivals and headlining shows. And I've never done like a festival season in America before, so I'd also really love to try and do that next year. It's my goal.
All right, and finally, is there a message that you would like to share with your Hungarian fans?
I would say that almost anything, I know there's difficulties and things holding people back in lives, but I truly believe that to some extent you can always do the things that you want to do in life, and that doesn't mean it isn't hard, but just because it's hard doesn't mean you can't do it, I think is something that I stick by to in life.
Love that. Okay, so that's all we planned for you today, but before we go, we would like to teach you something so you can take away something from this interview as well.
Please do.
So do you know any Hungarian words?
I do not. I'm very ashamed to say I do not.
Alright, so we'd like to teach you how to say I love you in Hungarian.
Okay, perfect.
Alright, so it goes like this. Szeretlek.
Szeretlek. Wait.
It's se.
Se.
Ret.
Rat.
Lek.
Lek. Szeretlek.
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 Yep, that's it.
I'm a genius. No, you're a genius. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us, and can't wait to see you on
Oh my
stage
gosh,
tonight.
thank you. Thank you for caring. This is so cool. Thank you for your time.